How's it going, everyone? So it's Memorial Day weekend, and I decided to head about 4 hours south into southern Utah, some of the desert BLM land that's outside of around Capitol Reef National Park. And there's, a lot of desertscapes, some cool bentonite clay features, and just a lot of, cool desert Southwest kind of type things around here to look for. I'm going to spend just a quick weekend trip down here, just BLM camping and looking for cool compositions. So unfortunately, this was kind of a travel day today. So this early morning, I was busy packing my truck and getting out of town. So that put me out here a little bit before sunset, and I was able to explore some desert roads, but I didn't really get a chance to line up composition. But had awesome clouds, had a beautiful sunset. Forecast kind of seems in the air, but I've been seeing some partly cloudy days over the weekend, so I'm really hopeful that'll work out for me. It's just got here, staying on BLM land tonight, just camping out. So now I got to find a nice place that I can park. And then I think that's probably it for tonight. So I'll have to continue this in the morning. So this morning I'm just kind of out scouting around and driving desert roads and exploring to see what my options are for the next couple of days where I want to kind of spend my time. And it's been kind of nice just because it's, it's a really open area, pretty remote on a busy weekend like Memorial Day weekend. It's kind of a nice treat to have. Plus it's been a lot of OHV, off-highway vehicle land and kind of four-wheel drive routes, so BLM land too. So it's been kind of nice to be able to fly the drone. So I packed up a large format camera, and my digital cameras, and decided to head out for a weekend and hopefully get some photography done. So stay tuned. So as I was exploring, I came across this area that's got some coal deposits, looks like, with some slick rock, like sandstone caps above them. So it's like sandstone above, and then it's kind of eroded away, and underneath there's this really cool dark layer. I'm pretty sure it's coal. I know that there's some old coal mines in the area, so that makes total sense. So the coal deposits have actually got these really cool geometric, like briquette kind of shapes to them that are really neat. So I've set myself up composition to take advantage of that. Just kind of photographing that along with a little bit of this overhang that's above it. So there's this bunch of sandstone that's probably 2 feet of overhang that's putting the entire thing in shade. So that's making the dynamic range something I can work with. But it's also propped up by this big sandstone rock behind me here that's in direct sunlight. So I'm actually getting some reflected light into the scene right now. So you might also notice that my bellows is actually squished together quite a bit, even despite how close I am to my subject. And that's because I actually got myself some new lenses. So this one that I have mounted right now is a 105 millimeter Fujinon f5.6. It's pretty nice wide focal length, which is working for me pretty good here. It gives me a nice wide field of view here, so I can get a lot of elements in. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool textures in this one, a lot of details. I've done my best I can to try to get most of these it's just kind of organized chaos, but it's a lot of layers in there too, which I think is kind of an attractive element. So final meteor exposure on this one was 1 second at f32. Actually, it was f32 in like 1/3. So f37, something like that. But that put me at 1 second, and I shot 2 sheets of Provia 100F on this one. The subject should be well within Provia's dynamic range, but I was a little concerned just because of the nature of the tones I'm working with here. I got some really, really deep dark blacks here with the coal deposits, which, I mean, they're supposed to be black. But But then I've got these lighter kind of gray textures and these clays here they're kind of pushing the highlights a little more than I kind of feel comfortable with. So I took one exposure at 1 second, which was my metered correct exposure. But then for my second shot, I actually took it one stop darker. So 1/2 instead, just in case the original exposure was a little too bright, just because there's not a lot of margin for error there. Which I think the first one will be correct, but just in case, I've got a one stop darker one. Yeah, but that's about all there is to it. Those are my first 2 exposures on this trip, so I'm pretty happy to have those out of the way. Now I think it's just about ready to get things packed up and go explore some more and see what else I can find. So here's those first 2 pieces of film. First shots of the trip. And not too bad, I think. I think they turned out pretty okay. The brighter one looks a little bright in some areas. The darker one looks a little dark in the dark areas. So it looks like it kind of straddled between the both. I kind of like the color better on this one just because it's darker, more saturated. But this one's got better detail back here in the coal deposits where I was really concerned about it being too dark. This one goes pretty black, particularly right there, which I don't think I'm too worried about. It was pretty black. I mean, it's coal, so it was supposed to be black. But that's maybe a little darker than what I prefer. I might end up maybe using this one. We'll see. But this is a little hot here. That better detail over here on this shot. So I'll have to scan them in and see which one develops better. I think, yeah, focus is good on both of them. Yeah, I was really happy with this. I like how Provia handled this. There wasn't a ton of color in this, but it did kind of pull what was there out a little bit. So yeah, I was pretty happy with those. I spent the last couple hours running into town to get some fuel and stop by to get a hamburger. And then I headed back out towards some of these desert roads. And I found myself exploring through some really interesting bentonite hills. And it's been really pretty, but man, the clouds have just moved in on me. You see behind me, it's just 100% overcast. And I can see even rain in the distance. Just completely not what the forecast predicted. I'll take it though, because it was really bright and sunny and pretty warm earlier today. But that means with all the cool, vibrant colors in the landscape that I find myself in now, they're really muted. You know, without the light, it's just kind of, colors doesn't pop out like that. So I don't know what to expect. Last night I had overcast like this too, and as the sun went down, it popped off. It got really colorful. But it was short-lived. It got colorful and then it was gone. That's not something that's very easy to do with a large format camera. I can't set up that fast. Besides that, like I've got these beautiful views of this valley. It's absolutely gorgeous, but man, trying to fit that in a lens. I hate to say, but I don't have a composition for tonight, and it's about an hour from sundown. So that might be 2 strikeouts for me. 2 sunsets, no shot. It's a little bummer. I got the one composition earlier today, though, so that was nice. But well, anyway, not to ramble on, but that's just how my afternoon's gone. But you should check out this view.